Well, am I audible to you guys? Yes, I got a new T-shirt by the way. Thank you. Looking good now. To Unacademy. Am I audible to you guys? क्या आ रहा है यार? Yes. Hello all. Yes. Welcome to let's welcome to Unacademy's Let's Crack IIT-JEE English channel. So before we go any further, I want you guys to remember one thing. Okay, one very important thing, which is keep your distance. I know this is a hard time for everyone in the entire country, not just you. Entire country, entire world, the whole world is facing this problem right now. So I want all of you guys to stay at home, stay safe, and keep your distance like these guys do. If anyone is coming close to you, just stay away from them. All right. Stay at home, stay safe, and crack IIT-JEE with India's largest platform, online platform, which is Unacademy, while staying at home and staying safe. Get the Plus subscription using the code NSS1 to access unlimited benefits and recorded courses from India's best educators. Everyone from India, the best educators of India, are going to be there. So this is how the learning app will look. So definitely don't forget to install the app right away. All right. So this about me, guys. I am N Srikant. I did my BTech from IIT Kharagpur. I have an AIR of 385. I've been guiding you guys for the last 4+ years. You guys call me human calculator. Well, we'll know why in the quiz shows which I conduct. I'm a Sunrisers fan, and DC is equally marvelous, if not better. I'm a huge DC fan. Joker का बड़ा fan हूँ मैं. So if at all there's anything you would like to tell or anything you want to say, just hit the comment section below. And before we go any further, I want you guys to share this video because the information you are getting here is very valuable and it is not found in many places in the country. So I want you guys to reach out to the entire country. This is my way of reaching out to the entire country so that everyone in the country gets right to education and preparing for IIT-JEE. This is the channel Let's Crack IIT-JEE in English for those of you guys who have trouble understanding Hindi. मतलब बहुत सारे channels है जिसमें हिंदी चल रहा है, but then a lot of you have a trouble understanding Hindi. That is why I am here to help you guys in this particular channel. Let's Crack JEE in English. So definitely subscribe to this channel and make this viral. I want this channel to have 1,000 subscribers by the end of today. Okay, I've been 995 है, so let's see. Okay, so this currently the chapter we're going through is magnetic effects of current. We will discuss about everything EMI say everything we'll be discussing on the go. This is the second chapter for it. कल हम क्या क्या पढ़े थे? Like this was what Oersted did. ठीक है? Current is passing through this wire, and then what is happening? This is positive terminal, so current is flowing in this direction. What is happening? The magnetic needle is getting deflected. What is happening? The magnetic needle is getting deflected because of current. So this is what Oersted did and realized that current carrying wires also have magnetic effects, not just magnet which is shown here. ये बस magnet की बात नहीं है, even this will show magnetic effects. So that is what we were discussing yesterday. We started off with a few basics of it. The first basic law for this was जैसे कि ग्रेविटेशन में जो ग्रेविटेशन में न्यूटन्स लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन है और इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स में इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक लॉ भी है के क्यू एन क्यू, उसी टाइप का बायोट-सावर्ट्स लॉ है फॉर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. ऑलराइट, दिस इज फॉर कैलकुलेशन ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड एंड द वैल्यू जैसे हम पढ़े थे was the it was discussed about a current element. Got it? We were discussing the magnetic field, like generally the gravitational law or the electrostatic force का law जो था, it was what? It was proportional to product of masses inversely proportional to square of distance and having a gravitational constant g. Similar to this, here it is defined. So g m1 m2 by r square ये जो है, what are these m1 and m2? This is mass of a particle. Remember that. Remember, mass was for a particle. We defined for a particle. From there we integrated across for bodies. Similarly, here also Biot-Savart's law is defined for a current element. It is defined for a current element. Now, what is a current element? Before we go into this law, we have to discuss what a current element is. When current is flowing through a wire like this, you take a small piece of the wire. You take a small piece, itna chota sa piece having length dl, and current is flowing in this direction like this. So this particular small element is only called as current element. ये जो छोटा सा piece है, the small piece is only called as current element. Understood? Now you know current is a scalar, right? All of you know current is a scalar. हम previous classes में पढ़ चुके हैं. In the previous topic, which was current electricity, we discussed that current is a scalar. But I dot dl, this current element is a vector. This is the main concept here. And the direction of vector is जो dl element है, it is having a direction of current like this, right? So this particular direction and this length is the direction. This is only the direction. The direction of current along the line is only the direction of current element. So generally dl is represented by dl vector. I into dl vector is the current element. Understood? So the current element is defined as I dl vector. Dl vector is the direction of that small element. Hello Siddeshwar, good evening. Welcome to the channel. So we are discussing Biot-Savart's law today. We will look more into this. We'll do a lot of problems on this. So pura problems ही है. So awesome session ahead. So stay tuned. So now Biot-Savart's law, with the help of experimental results, it was proved that dB will be the. So the point is, a small element जो है, the current element. Now this current element will produce small magnetic field. That small magnetic field is called taken to be dB. All right. It will produce magnetic field at a point P, which is called as dB. Current element is that small. The current ऐसे एक flow कर रहा है. There's current flow in a wire. So if you take a small piece of that wire, you don't cut it. If you cut it, current is gone. But if you don't cut it, you just take a small piece of this. What will happen here? There is a current. It will look like a straight line. Any curve, if you make it small enough piece, it will be a straight line, right? So that is what is happening here. You take this small piece, it will look approximately like a straight line. It will look approximately like a straight line. ऐसे दिखेगा. थोड़ा darker color चाहिए. So this small dl element will be a straight line, and the direction of current is also there along this particular direction, right? Whichever direction current is flowing, in that small d be like a small straight line with a direction. Now this is only a vector, no? This is the definition of a vector. It has a starting point, small ending point, and there is a direction also. Which direction is given by the current, and the angle is given by the dl element. तो दोनों मिला के एक ऐसा करके लाइन बनेगा. दिस होल स्मॉल थिंग इज कॉल्ड एज करंट एलिमेंट. करंट एलिमेंट का लेंथ dl है और इसके अंदर करंट I है. तो करंट एलिमेंट इज अ वेक्टर which has a magnitude equal to I dl and the direction of the dl. So that is about current element, guys. So, and one more thing, it was observed experimentally. Biot-Savart's law is the basic of it. It was experimentally observed that the small magnetic field caused by this current element is proportional to current, it is proportional to length, and it is proportional to sin theta, where theta is the angle here. The current element के और point P के बीच का angle जो है वो theta, and it is also inversely proportional to square of the separation. Here, so using all those things, it was calculated that the magnetic field due to that current carrying element is given by dB will be equal to mu naught by 4 pi into I dl sin theta by r square. This is what it was given. और ये mu naught by 4 pi जो है, ये वैल्यू काफी सिंपल है. इसका वैल्यू है 10 power minus और इसका यूनिट है टेस्ला, ठीक है। द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड का यूनिट टेस्ला है, इसका कुछ और होगा जो हम ऑलरेडी पढ़ चुके हैं। इफ यू वांट टू नो द डायमेंशंस ऑफ म्यू नॉट एंड ऑल, प्लीज रिफर टू द प्रीवियस लेक्चर, ऑलराइट। सो दैट इज अबाउट फील्ड ड्यू टू अ स्मॉल करंट एलिमेंट, और इसको हम काफी अलग तरीके से डिराइव कर चुके हैं। And one more thing, we also found out the direction of the magnetic field due to a current carrying wire was found by using right hand curl. Right hand curl मतलब क्या है? Whichever direction current is flowing, you put your thumb in that direction. All right, the thumbs up towards the direction of current. Thumbs up is the thunder जो है, the thunder जो है, when you touch current also you'll get the thunder, you get the spark. So this direction is the thumb is the direction of current, और जो भी हैंड के डायरेक्शन है, जो भी हैंड मूव कर रहा है, जो भी मतलब हैंड के फिंगर्स को जस्ट कीप मूविंग द फिंगर्स, विच एवर डायरेक्शन द फिंगर्स आर मूविंग, दैट इज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड। जैसे कि यहाँ पे देखो, डायरेक्शन ऑफ करंट इस डायरेक्शन में है, तो यू आर पुटिंग योर थंब इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ दिस, and whatever direction your fingers are curling, it will curl like this. You observe the fingers will curl like this. So whichever fingers are curling in this direction, so the direction of magnetic field like this. Yeah. So that's about thank you. That is about the direction of magnetic field. Okay. तो यहाँ पे current अगर ऊपर जा रहा है, the current is going up like this, the direction of magnetic field will be as seen here. And if the current is coming down, तो ऐसे करके देखो, curl your fingers just like shown here, you will understand how the direction of magnetic field is working. Clear? We found out the magnetic field, we found out the magnitude of magnetic field is equal to mu naught I dl sin theta by 4 pi r square. एकदम ये मस्त way of writing it है. Mu naught by 4 pi एक constant है, everything else will be given in the question, whichever question you want to solve. All right. So this is about it. So पहले one more thing, I want you to remember the formula. I'm not going to derive the formula for a wire. Wire में अगर मान लो यहाँ पे if the angle here is theta 1 और नीचे side the angle is theta 2 and current is flowing like this at a point P given distance is A. The field is given by mu naught I by 4 pi A into sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. This is the formula we have to remember. ये एक formula है for current carrying wire. This is the formula for a current carrying wire. हाँ, अभी today only we will solve a lot of advanced problems. In fact, a couple of IIT-JEE problems also are there in today's questions. So we will have definitely man, मतलब easy questions तो नहीं करा रहा हूँ मैं. I'm making sure the questions are like, मतलब थोड़ा easy से start होगा, but eventually it will become more and more complicated. Alright, there are a couple of IIT problems by the way, JEE problems. Yes. So this is the field due to current carrying a wire. ये फॉर्मूला में हमेशा याद रखना है, थीटा 1 will be one direction, theta 2 will be in the other direction. Simple example for this is if you take a field, this is going up to infinity. Semi infinite wire का बारे में just will take a small separation of A, और यहाँ से यहाँ तक जा रहा है, तो इसमें फील्ड कितना होगा? You know, one end of the wire is at 0 degrees, right? Because the angle theta 2 according to this will take it as 0. And the second wire is going to infinity, मतलब ये अगर इस end तक, अगर if you find the angle like this, this angle, this whole angle will be close to 90 degrees because it is going up to infinity. Parallel wires हो जाएंगे. If you observe, this will become parallel line. So this angle will become 90 degrees. So theta 1 90 degrees है, theta 2 0 degrees है. Always make sure you write these both before you come to the formula. So field कितना होगा? U naught I by 4 pi A into sin 90 degrees plus sin 0 degrees. अब ये कितना हो जाएगा? sin 90 is 1, sin 0 is 0, तो ये सीधा आ जाएगा mu naught I by 5. This is the value of magnetic field at a distance of A due to a semi-infinite wire. This I derived this right now because this we will be using in the coming 4th problems. Alright. And one more thing, magnetic field due to a loop. This is just an analysis of it. I am not going to derive it because it's already there in the previous section. Previous class में we derived of the field due to a loop. due to a loop, the field was given by mu naught I by 2a, where a is the radius of the loop. So, iska pura analysis I'll be telling after this wonderful diagram. So, the best way to understand how the loop's direction is coming is like this. When the current is flowing in this particular direction, if you can see clearly, the direction of field here will be in clockwise direction, and direction of in this particular direction like this, and here it will be in this particular direction. So if you look at the center by logic, there will be different enough field that the direction of field inside will be in this particular direction. So the direction of current in a loop will be given by curling your hand in the direction of loop. Curl your hand in loop's direction, and the thumb will give you the direction of field. Thumb gives field direction. So this is the basics. This is a very important concept about a loop or an arc. Loop or arc, the direction will be same. Is it clear? So manlo, if I take a loop like this, and the current is flowing in this direction, this direction. This is plus I cap. This is minus I cap. This is y axis, and this whole thing is z axis, and the circle is in the YZ plane. The loop is in the YZ plane. And the direction of current will be, if you just curl your hand in the direction of the loop, the direction of field will be along this particular direction. I hope it's clear. Direction of field will be along the direction of your thumb. When you curl your hand in the direction of loop, do it yourself. You will see that the direction of field will be along the direction of thumb, which will be along the I cap. So this is about direction of magnetic field due to a loop. And due to an arc, I will give you the formula with which we can derive for anything. The formula for this we derived already is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi a into theta. ये जो है ना, this is also same. If you observe carefully, due to infinite pi also you'll get the same logic. Only that you will get sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. And in this particular case, you will just multiply theta. So mu naught I by 4 pi is something very common in everything. So this is for this. If you take a circle now, for a circle, the theta will be equal to 2 pi. मान लो current कुछ ऐसे ही जा रहा है, it's going in clockwise direction. So then field will be equal to how much? Mu naught I by 4 pi a into 2 pi, which is mu naught I by 2a at the center P. And the direction using this clockwise will generally mean minus k cap. It is inverse. Or I can also write it as this. This is the standard method we will be using. This is the standard direction. And suppose there is a half wire. Just I'll give you different examples. One step, fatafat, you can solve it. Half wire ke liye, what is theta equal to? Pi. Substitute it here. You get field will be equal to mu naught I by pi by 4 pi. Pi and pi will get cancelled. You'll get mu naught I by 4a. And the direction will be, if you see it's anti-clockwise, so it will be outwards. Or you can also call it k cap. Or you can also represent it by using this dot symbol. So any arc you can use it solving this method. So एक छोटा सा example है. One more thing I'd like you to understand, if this is the condition, the same previous question, an extension of this in this particular condition. So there are three parts of the loop, right? Calculate the field at center of a semicircular wire of radius r in situations depicted in the figure if the straight line is of infinite length. So this side is going to infinity, this side is going to infinity. So due to loop, so every loop, remember this thing guys, whenever you have to find field due to a loop, you just cut it into parts. One part is A part, one part is B part, one part is C part. A part का कैसा होगा? It will be a straight line like this. This is part A, and the point is here if you observe. And the second part is like this, the point being at the center. This is loop B. Current I is flowing, and loop C will be like this. Loop C will be the wire C will be like this, where O is here at a distance of R. Here this is also distance of. This is just understanding it in three ways. One thing we know, due to an infinite wire, it has to subtend an angle. No, what is the angle from this to this? If you observe the angle between this end and this end towards the O will be 0. Theta 1 will be equal to theta 2 will also be equal to. So from this only we can say the field here will be equal to 0. Another way of understanding it is, the magnetic field will be perpendicular to both dl vector and r vector. It is in fact B is given by mu naught by 4 pi into I dl cross r by r square, r cube. This was the field in vector form. In vector form, this is the field, which means it is perpendicular to both dl vector and r vector. In the first case, dl vector and r vector are along the same line if you observe, right? First case and in the third case also, dl vector यहाँ से यहाँ तक होगा और r vector ये r vector है सर. R vector यहाँ से यहाँ तक होगा और dl vector का direction will also be in the same direction. So if you observe, r vector is parallel to dl vector in both loops, in both wires A and C. So what is the field due to both of them? DL and R are in same direction, so they will have DL cross R will become 0. Implies DL cross R will be equal to 0 in case of A and C. So field due to A and field due to C will be equal to 0. What is left? Only B part is left. The only remaining part is part B. Part B is a semicircle whose formula we just wrote. E for B will be equal to mu naught I by 4R because the radius is R. Simple, na? Mu naught I by 4R. And what is the direction? It's clockwise, which means I will either write it like this or I will write minus Q. So total field will be how much? 0 plus mu naught I by 4R minus in this direction plus 0, which is naught I by 4R. Okay. So this is about magnetic field due to single wire. Now we will discuss about different combination like this, where this inner radius is R1 and the outer radius is R2. And so यहाँ पे अलग-अलग parts है. B total will be equal to what? B due to AB plus B due to BC plus B due to CD plus B due to मैथमेटिक्स में समझ के लॉजिकली बताना है. लॉजिकली वही है यार, बेसिकली डीएल एंड आर आर इन द. So one thing you have to understand is magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane of R and dl. Okay, so let me just explain using one slide. One moment. And off we go. One thing you have to understand, it was experimentally observed that the direction of field is perpendicular to direction of dl vector and direction of r vector. It is perpendicular to the plane. It is perpendicular to the plane of current. Field is perpendicular to the plane of current. So from this only it was derived. From this it was understood that when DL and R are along same direction, DL and R are along same line, then what will be the case? You will have a plane perpendicular to this. You won't have a direction vector perpendicular to this. DL vector ऐसा है, R vector ऐसा समझ लो. Both of them are along same line. Then what is perpendicular to DL and R? It will be a plane. No, it will be this plane. Or in this particular case, you will have the YZ plane. YZ plane will be perpendicular to x-axis directions. So if YZ plane is perpendicular to x-axis plane, what is the direction of field there? Logically, if you think, it should have one particular direction. No, it should have one particular direction. But यहाँ पे whole plane is there. If DL and R are both along x-axis, field can be anywhere in the YZ plane. So whenever you have that kind of ambiguity, you don't know the direction of B vector, then it will become a null vector. Remember, when the direction is not defined, it is a null vector. Remember, for any vector. So इसी direction से, when no direction, it is a null vector. It is either not a vector or a null vector. But since we know it has a particular direction, the answer is logically a null vector. Understood? So that I hope you understood. Logically तो यही है, मतलब ये magnetism में थोड़ा issue starting में ये होता है. The issue with it in the beginning is that it is tough to visualize it. There are very few diagrams like this. जैसे कि मैं दिखाया यहाँ पे. This is a very this kind of GIFs are very few in the few available. For other topics there are visualization is pretty easy, but in magnetism it is tough to see magnetic field. That is why I want you guys to I want you guys to understand it more in a little in a formula based way. All right. This is the logic behind it. So okay. So always remember vectors will always follow vector addition. There is no issue in that. So field due to the total arc, the whole setup will be BAB plus BBC plus BCD plus BDA. This is AB, this is BC, this is CD, and this is DA. So इसमें I will try to explain without math, मतलब without using vectors. I will try to explain it so that you can understand it in a better way. Yes, Sufia Hebal, hello, welcome to this class. Welcome to the class. Yes, I did my BTech from IIT Kharagpur. So yes, we will have a lot of logics involved. I am not going to teach you like मतलब काफी logically try करूंगा. I hope you understood it logically. If you are understanding it logically, put it in the comment section. If you are not understanding, also put it in the comment section so that I can help you again. Okay. So yes, let's go for it. So इसमें total will be sum of this one 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. ठीक है. तो इस loop के कारण just we discussed, the point is the direction of dl vector is along the direction of r vector. So b due to ab will be equal to 0. And B due to BC will be how much? It is a semicircular loop, so it will simply, I'll just write the formula, just the one we just discussed, u naught I by 4 pi r2, 4 r2, not pi, pi cut gaya tha. So u naught I by 4 r2 and the direction is counterclockwise, so I'll directly write it as this way, or k cap, or k cap. All right. Next, field due to CD, again it's a straight line, you can say it is 0, and B due to DA will be mu naught I by 4 R1, and it is clockwise direction, so I'll directly put an X. Clockwise में ऐसे करके घुमाओगे, you rotate your hand in the clockwise direction, in the direction of current. Whichever direction the current is looping, take that. Hello Sairam, Sri Sairam, good evening Amma, welcome to the class, long time. So B of DA will be clockwise direction, so I'll directly write X invert or minus K cap. ठीक है. Direction में ये you have to remember this, that both of them have opposite directions, obviously na. So which one will be more? You know, R1 is smaller than R2, so BDA will be greater than BC because it's inverted. No, B is proportional to 1 by R. So less R, more feed. So BDA will be greater than B due to BC. Hence, total direction will be the direction of major vector. Direction will be minus k. And what will the value be? Value will be B1 BC minus BDA, which is equal to mu naught I by 4 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. And the direction is minus k cap. So that's it. Simple solution to this magnetic field due to an arc ABCD. So this is a very nice question. I will give you 1 minute to solve the 2 minutes to solve this problem. Let me put the timer on. Give you 1 moment, guys. Yes. All right. इस क्वेश्चन के लिए मुझे आंसर चाहिए. So this is a loop. Each side is radius r, as seen here. This angle is given by theta. The angle is given by theta, followed by r here, another r here, and another r here. So total distance is 3r. The question is find the magnetic field at point O. All right, I will give you 1 minute to solve this. Okay, you can just give me a ratio. It is mu naught into I into theta by r, followed by a ratio. What is the ratio's value? You can write. I will write it more clearly. It is equal to mu naught I into theta by r into alpha. Find this constant. Come on, guys. So I'll give you 1 more minute. It's a very simple problem. Yes, any doubts you have, I want you guys to put it in the comment section so that when I see it, I can definitely help you. Okay. Though there is a little delay, but then it's all right. Eventually, you will be able to get your doubt cleared. So definitely do that. And one more thing, guys, I want you guys to share this video, share the set of videos everywhere so that anyone who needs any help with magnetic field will be listening to this video and getting a few tricks and a few methods with which they can solve problems in a much easier way. You've seen how the situation is right now, right? So a lot of people in the country are depending only on online sources for problem solving, for learning, everything. So I want, this is my this is what I would like to do for you guys. So I want you guys to share it everywhere so that everyone in the country can see this and understand a few problems, especially those preparing for IIT-JEE Advanced. All right. Yes, finally I got this T-shirt, Amma. Finally Unacademy T-shirt मिल गया. बहुत दिन हो गया था, थोड़ा पैकेज डिले हो गया था आने में. But then better late than never, right? So here we are. All right. Time खत्म हो गया. Let me solve this problem for you guys. It is very simple. मतलब एकदम all you have to understand is which two should you add and which one should you subtract. So if you observe here clearly, the one here is clockwise. So I'll call this loop 1, 2 and 3. The B total will be equal to B1 plus B2 plus B3. अभी vector में I don't want to do it because I know the logic behind it. This is going in clockwise direction. Going in clockwise. So I can directly write magnitude of B will be equal to B3 plus B1, which are both along same direction, and subtracted by B2, which is in the exact opposite direction. So इस एकदम सीधा इसी type का, if I can use this logic, it will be done. Direction, as you know, this 3 is greater than 2, which is greater than 1. So 3 minus 2 will, this is the most dominant direction. So from this directly we can say B3 plus B1 minus B2, and the direction is of B3, which is what? Curl your hand in the direction of B3, you will get the answer is inwards. So all you have to do is find the magnitude now and just add and subtract. B3 will be equal to mu naught I into theta by 4 into 4 pi into, यहाँ पे pi भी है by the way, mu naught I theta by 4 pi into r. This is B3. B2 will be how much? Mu naught I theta by 4 pi into 2r, and B1 is mu naught I theta by 4 pi into 3r. So what is the total of the entire thing? B total will be equal to mu naught I theta by pi r common ले लो, 4 pi r common ले लो, 1 by r minus 1 by 2r plus 1 by, अब 1 by r, r यहाँ पे भी कॉमन ले सकते हो, r यहाँ पे भी कॉमन ले लिए इनफैक्ट. 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3. 1 plus 1 by 3 is 4 by 3 minus 1 by 2 is 5 by 6. B we are getting is equal to mu naught I theta by 4 pi r into 5 by 6, and the direction is inward. So simplify the whole thing, you get 5 mu naught I theta by 24 pi r in the inward direction. So hence the value of answer here will be equal to alpha will be equal to 5 by 24 just by substitution. All right. So must, very good. Now for the next question. Ab say we will use a combination of both semi-infinite wires and semicircular wires. This kind of problems are very common. If you see any book or any general explanation or any way of understanding basics, this kind of problems will be there. So we're going to do a few problems like this. All right. So यहाँ पे फिर से I will divide it into three parts. One is loop, one is wire A, B due to A plus B due to B plus B due to C. This is what we will be doing. Yes, 12 points in fact. Yeah, so before we go further, this thing is one thing I'll always suggest you guys. Okay, don't think about vectors, just imagine everything in directions and start solving. If you observe, the direction of current is this way. So using the right hand curl method, the direction of field at O will be outwards due to this. Due to this, it will be outward, and due to this, it is counterclockwise. Also, it will be outwards, and due to this, see, देख लो, हमेशा direction of thumb in the direction of your current, thumbs up, and the direction of O will be given by your thumb direction. If you observe A, B, and C, all the three of them have the same direction. Everywhere imagine directions and start solving. Hello Bhaskarachari, good evening. Welcome to this. You're just in time. We will be discussing a few problems on infinite wires and semiconductor wires, like semicircular wires. And today mostly we will be solving everything about loops, current in loops. All right. So that is the target for today. Let's see how many questions we can do. Same direction. We will do as many as possible. Like maybe 10 questions could have. So when they're in same direction, I will just add magnitude and I will get the answer. This is a very useful method to solve it because I remember simple formulas here. Due to wire A, this is semi-infinite wire. B A will be equal to mu naught I by 4 pi A, 4 pi R. Field due to B will be equal to mu naught I by 4R. Remember this, 2R for full to 4R for half. And BC will be equal to same as BA, mu naught I by 4 pi R. So B total, you can just add the whole thing. You take mu naught I by 4 pi R common. You get the common denominator here is 1 plus 1, 2 plus pi. That's it. So B vector total will be equal to mu naught I by 4 pi R into pi plus 2. And what is the direction? It is coming outward, remember? So that is the answer. Oh, hello Bhaskarachari, welcome. Yeah, so tell everyone that I'm teaching here so that you share this video, by the way. Bhaskarachari, just share this video to our friends so that anyone who wants to have any doubts in this can ask me personally, or you can also see this video and understand. All right. So yes, I want all of you guys to share it, not just Bhaskarachari. I want everyone in this listening to this, share it everywhere, make it viral because we're going to have awesome tricks here. All right. Yes. Now for the next one. अब यहाँ पे थोड़ा उल्टा है, थोड़ा उल्टा हो गया. The previous question just a little उल्टा of idea. Calculate of a semicircular wire of radius r in the situation. One thing we know for A, B at A will again be equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r. We can use the same values, no, because the radius is same. B due to B will be equal to mu naught I by 4r, and B due to C will be field due to C will be equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r. But what is the only difference here? The only difference which I feel is due to this it will be dot. Due to this also it will be dot because it's the same. But due to, if you observe, when you flip the loop in the opposite direction, counterclockwise will become clockwise until this will become cross. Over. So now B total in this particular question will be equal to BA plus BC minus BB. All right. So let's solve this. Kitna mu naught I by 4 pi r. I'm going to take 4 pi r as common. I will get 2 minus pi in the direction of this. By the way, I'm taking BA plus BC minus BB because I'm taking the two of them which has same direction. So I use that as the reference. This is the main reference direction. So this plus this minus this you will do. So this is the answer. But we know pi is greater than 2. So now we can also simply write B total will be equal to, just subtract the whole thing. 4 pi r into pi minus 2 in this particular direction. This is the answer. So how did I do this? It's just that if I know 2 is less than pi, I know the answer is negative. Negative in a particular direction means exactly the opposite direction. That is exactly what it is. Alright, I hope this is clear to you guys. So definitely, okay. Thank you, Siddeshwar. Means a lot when you guys send those smileys and those nice bulb images and all. I wonder where you get them. I cannot send those symbols. So you guys have your awesome talent with you. Keep sharing your smileys, keep sharing these videos also, make it wonderful. All right, so I hope you understood how when it is clockwise, when it is anti-clockwise, just imagine every individual loop. For a loop you curl your hand and direction of thumb will be field. For wires, direction of current is in the thumb, direction of field is in the fingers. So that's the main crux of it. If you get confused, you can always simply refer to the initial diagram which I showed you. All right, how current works in a loop, I showed that diagram. So any doubt you have, you can refer to the diagram, go to the beginning, and you will understand the whole direction concept of a loop very clearly. You can also use the same direction of current and loop method also here. Like direction of current is counterclockwise, so when you do it downward like this, when you Put your hand downward like this. The direction of current is coming, going like this if you observe towards road. So from that you can also get the direction of current. So no issues, you can do anything. So another simple question here, this time based on wires. A pair of stationary infinitely long wires. So this infinitely long wires are bent in the form of L's as shown. The wires carry current 10 amperes each. The current in each of the wires is 10 amperes. Segment P and Q are parallel. Very nice. The y-axis is that OS is equal to OR is equal to both of them are equal and are equal to 2 centimeters. The magnitude of magnetic field at origin is, tell this answer quickly. I'm going to give you 1 minute for this. So this is a little, I'll try to solve most of the problems in variables only because that is when it will be easy for you to do it conceptually. Hello Siddharth Yadav, what finally you change your name? Good evening man, right on time. Today we will do lot of questions, full problems only. And a little inference, couple of understanding about loops. Alright. I know you are Sim24, Siddharth Yadav Vadlakonda. This name I finally remember your name, man. Sim24 I didn't remember it originally. But yes, finally you came. So one more thing I want to tell you, if you guys have any issue, like anyone from the college or anyone from your friends have any issue with these particular topics, just share these videos so that those guys can understand it and maybe feel better. Okay, start solving better. Okay, don't sharing matlab it's not right now. Okay, you can share this video whenever it is done, so that whenever this I'm going to make set of videos full about magnetism, the magnetic effects of current. Also along with this I am planning to teach nuclear physics also, that I have to still plan. Definitely by Diwali, which is tomorrow, I will definitely tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I will have a plan for nuclear physics also, because I thought that and magnetism is where most of second year issues will be found. क्योंकि जो बाकी लॉजिकल है LRC सर्क्यूट्स वो सब मतलब तुम लोग कर सकते, और इफ यू कैन डू इट ऑलरेडी. All right, the time is up guys, by the way. So any suggestion you have, you can put it there, and the answer for this I will solve right now. Ekdam simple. We will just start applying the value of one thing we know. We है शायद no यार, I think the answer is different. Let's see, solve करके बताएंगे. Let's find it out using the answer. Due to this section, section 1 and section 2, field due to section 1 will be equal to field due to section 2 will be equal to how much? Like we just discussed, it will be equal to 0. Right. So the total field will be due to this wire and this wire. So field due to sections 3 and 4. If you observe, both of them have the same direction. Okay. Achha. So we can also think of changing changing time. Let's see. I will see if I can get the time changed from after Diwali. Yeah, definitely. Of course, I'm doing this for guys like you only. So definitely we can change time. We'll see. All right. So B1 and B2, the field due to 1 and 2 will be 0, but 3 and 4 will have opposite directions. If you observe using the right thumbs up rule, thumbs down एक side है, thumbs up एक side है, both of them will have same directions. B3 and B4 will have same direction. So you can just add both of them. What are each of them equal to? Their half wires. So total field will be equal to mu naught I by 4 pi A into 2, which is mu naught by 2 pi into I by A. So mu naught by pi कितना है? So one thing we know already is mu naught by 4 pi is equal to 10 power minus 7, right? So I'll just write this here. The mu naught by 2 pi will be 2 into 10 power minus 7 into current, which is equal to 10 amperes, by the distance between them, which is equal to 2 into 10 to the power minus 2 meters. ये 2 एक cancel हो गया. Wonderful. 10 power minus 7 into 100 into 10 power 3, which is 10 power minus 4, which is equal to 100 into 10 to the power minus 6, which is 100 micro Tesla. Clear? It's not 10, it is 100. All right. Yeah, sure. Definitely watch the recorded videos and definitely like it and share it everywhere. That's all I need you guys to do because live हो सकता है आप भी नहीं भी आए आप भी जाए but then you have to definitely follow these lectures to have wonderful analysis of different kinds of problems. All right. All of them while sitting at home. So crack IIT-JEE, little about Unacademy. Let's discuss what they're offering you guys and what is the magic that Unacademy has been doing of late, especially in this time of Corona. Right. So it's hard time for everyone, but at this time, Unacademy has been doing a commendable job. I'm very great. So let's discuss about it. Crack IIT-JEE with India's largest platform, which is Unacademy, of course, and get the plus subscription using the code NSS1 to access unlimited live and recorded sessions. 10 ऐड करना 10 मल्टीप्लाई करना ऑफ कोर्स करंट को कैसे भूलोगे यार इफ यू फॉरगेट करंट देन you will get shocked. Okay, what can I say? Thank you. I am very good at PJs, so yes, don't forget current, otherwise you will get shocked. To get the plus subscription using this code NSS1. If you like the jokes or anything, just use the code NSS1. Make this code viral. Make this code viral. Anyone who wants to take it can use this code to get extra 10% off. So what do you get with plus subscription? That is what we're going to discuss for a couple of minutes. You get access to the best of Unacademy. Matlab, take the plus subscription, you'll get the best of Unacademy. All right. So you get daily live classes which are happening here also on the app. You have daily live classes also happening on the app where you can chat with the educators, engage in discussions and ask you doubts and answer polls all exactly dynamically. Like यहाँ पे थोड़ा जो भी delay है, that delay will not be there in the live classes. So definitely you can engage in discussions, ask your doubts and answer all polls all while the class is going on. So it's dynamic. Do stay tuned to the integer quiz show which I started recently, guys. The integer quiz show is the new show I started on the Unacademy app where you have to answer everything in integers. एक अच्छा new type of quiz I've started putting it there in the app at 10:30 p.m. every night. मतलब every alternate day होगा. आज mostly होगा. So stay tuned into the app. Install the app right away and stay tuned into that. Not only this daily live class, you get live tests and quizzes. One of which is IQS. IQS is not IQ something. It is the integer quiz show. तो इसमें इंटीजर क्विज में लाइव टेस्ट एंड क्विजेस इस टाइप के काफी क्विजेस रहेंगे where you can evaluate your performance with regular mock tests, quizzes and also get detailed analysis of your performance. So it's pretty cool. And not only that, you get structured courses. So generally what happens in real classes is when you miss a class, it's very tough to follow up. But here you have structured course full in detail online in your pocket. So whenever, even if you missed a class, don't tension नहीं लेने का, आराम से बैठ के पढ़ने का, ठीक है? And you get unlimited access to all teachers, not just one teacher, from all teachers, all the best teachers in Unacademy. The best educators in Unacademy will be here. All of their videos will be available to you. You can just go crazy. Like, and but one thing, what did Joker say in the movie Dark Knight? DC ka movie hai. He said, when you're good at something, never do it for free. Which is exactly why Unacademy is charging a nominal fees for the plus subscription. The cost of it is 6 months ka 28,000, and for 1 year it is 38.5k. It okay. Not only that, you can use this code NSS1, which is the main code NSS1. Thumbs up to NSS1. Use that code and you will get a 10% off. It's like Amazon sale. मतलब 10% off मिलेगा or you will get it for 34,650 only. And similarly, the 6 months will be 28,000 cut 10% कितना है 2.8k. You will get this for 25.2k only using the code NSS1. And for those who are attempting JEE 2022, the cost of it is 56k. Use the code NSS1 to get it for 50,400. All right. So these numbers may look big on the outside, but you have no-cost EMIs also available. And let me tell you one thing: if you break it down to month, this comes out to 2,888 rupees per month, which is like which is how much you pay more. How much it's less than what you pay for a tuition. So you're getting the best of Unacademy for less than the price of a tuition, which you might feel is it might look big in the beginning, but then it's pretty cool. So if you ask me, I'm like full on for it. especially using the code NSS1. इससे तो extra 10% भी मिल रहा है. And this 50,400 comes out to 2,100 per month. Per month it's 2,100. This comes out to 70 rupees a day or 23 rupees for physics, chemistry and maths. एक एक सब्जेक्ट को पढ़ना है मतलब एक 5 स्टार की इक्वल है पर डे. So just go for it here. Not only this, Unacademy has also installed the Iconic subscription. Thank you, Siddeshwar. Glad you're here. The Iconic subscription, which will take IIT-JEE preparation to the next level, especially in these times of Corona, where you don't have a teacher who's going to help you throughout the way, unless and until you put in a chat section here. But I won't be. It's not always happening, right? But here, Iconic subscription, Unacademy is providing you with a personal coach who will be there with you. He'll guide you through your preparation and he'll help you with what you want to prepare, what you should not prepare, so that you can align your exam preparation strategy to optimum level. Okay, not only that, you get detailed test analysis and you will also be provided with a study planner. All this dynamic loop, which will help you get better and better in a very nice, in a very nice, comfortable manner. Not only this, you also get all benefits of academy. So awesome, awesome sauce here. Hello Ramesh, welcome. Awesome sauce happening here, guys. Seriously, the cost of this is 56K for 1 year. Use the code NSS1 to make it 50K. Magic. Similarly, the 2 years course is 86K. Use the NSS1 code to get it for 77K. This comes out to 32 rupees per day on physics, chemistry, and maths. This comes out to 46 rupees per day on physics, chemistry, and math. So if you are studying regularly, an academy is like buying a chocolate every hour, every 3 hours, or 3 chocolates a day. So definitely, yeah, go for it. All right, now for the next question. I know, yeah, I already got the information, Ramesh, but you were going very well to the first place, but then it got cancelled. You couldn't make it. You ended up coming fourth or third. You came third. And one more thing I wanted to say is, yes, if you guys like that kind of quiz, we can have one more. I'm going to have one more, mostly today at 10:30 or tomorrow, if not today. All right. So definitely, it was so much fun. Siddesh will definitely come to the quiz show. Stay tuned at 10:30 in the night. We will have a quiz show which is integer based. So it is going to be so much fun. So yes, before we go further, I want you guys to calculate the magnetic induction at point O if the current carrying wire is shown here. All right. So isme, let me solve this problem. It is not very straightforward. It's a little more complicated than this. Yes, that for sure. So isme one thing we know. I will divide it again to three parts. I'll call this part one. I'll call this this 3/4 of a circle as part two, and this is part three. Okay, बात तीन है रे. Okay, all right, sorry. So field due to one will be how much? Logically, it's zero because it's a straight line passing through the center. It's like this we just discussed. B1 will be zero. And B2 we also discussed a wonderful formula mu naught I by 4 pi into R. The side is A here. Into the angle. What is the angle here? If you observe, this angle is 270 degrees, which is 3 pi by 2 in radians. So I multiply 3 pi by 2 here. So what I'm getting, the pi and pi are getting cancelled. So this is killer, by the way. The pi and pi will get cancelled. So let's not go there yet. We will just solve each of them. And what is the direction? It is counterclockwise. So I'm going to put a dot here. Counterclockwise means dot, or you can also say k cap. Now what about B3? B3 will be mu naught. It's a semicircular wire. If you observe, it's exactly half, not circular. It's a half infinite wire. So it will be equal to mu naught I by 4 pi a directly. And what is the direction? It's again, it's just take a thumb in the direction of AE, and whatever direction your fingers are showing, that is the direction of the field. And as seen in this particular diagram, the direction of field from O is outward. So you can directly write this k cap. And what is the total now? Since both of them have same direction, B total will be equal to mu naught I by 4 pi a. Take 4 pi common. This inside wala is 3 pi by 2 plus . So this is a solution for this wonderful question. So if you like this, definitely hit the like button and share it everywhere so that everyone can benefit from this. चलो next question चलते हैं. Oh, wonderful. In the framework of wires shown in the figure, a current I is allowed to flow. Calculate the magnetic induction at O if alpha is equal to 90 degrees. Then what will be the magnetic induction? Magnetic induction is nothing but magnetic field. What will be the magnetic field at O due to these two values having a radius R1 and R2? So you can also divide them. I'll call this side 1. I'll call this side 2. So I know field total will be equal to field due to 1 plus field due to 2. And if you observe one more thing, what about the directions? Here it is clockwise and here also it is clockwise. So both have same direction, which is clockwise. So you can directly add both of them. Both have same direction. So what I will do is I'll just add magnitudes. When can you add magnitudes? When both of them have same direction. So I'll add magnitudes. Yes, sorry. I'll just add the magnitudes. So B1 will be what? What is the angle due to B? First of all, in B1, theta will be equal to 3 pi by 2, which is 270 degrees. And at B2, the theta 2 will be pi by 2. So I'll just add both of them. No, what is the value of mu naught I by 4 pi into R1 into 3 pi by 2 plus mu naught I by 4 pi into R2 into 3 pi by uh, pi by 2. You can just add all of them. Take mu naught I by 4 pi common. Pi and pi will get cancelled by the way. Pi can remove. Mu naught I by 8 I will take common. That's back 8. 3 by R1 plus 1 by R2. That's it. Simple. Quiz, I'm not sure, man. I have some work, but I will try to have a quiz today. If everything goes well, we will have a quiz today. Otherwise, by max, we will have it tomorrow. Tomorrow, to definitely. Special Zain Malik. Zain Malik is here. Nice singer. क्या तुम? Special class लीजिए. Special class लेना है मतलब the deal I have with Unacademy is to teach on YouTube. So that is where I'm going about it. Special class लेना है तो definitely I will try to do the best I can. I think we can arrange some special classes also eventually. After you use the code NSS1 often, we will definitely have a deal. All right. तो पहले YouTube पे कर लेंगे. We will finish this magnetism and I want to finish nuclear physics also. After that, we will definitely go to the special class section. फिलहाल special classes में quizzes चल रहे हैं. So definitely come to the quiz show at 10:30. All right. So yes, now for the next question. Two concentric coils X and Y have radius. So I want the answer to this. This is an integer based question. Let me answer. The value due to X alone will be equal to K pi into 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla. The value of K is how much? Options are 3, 4, 5 and 6. Hello. Zain Malik, yaar, matlab, I don't know who you are, but that's a singer's name. No? That's yeah, thank you. You're welcome, by the way. अच्छा गा तो हो सकता है. You can also be singing well. I don't know. So, but before that, I want you guys to answer this question. I'm going to give you 1 minute. Fatafat. So, due to coil X alone is what I want the value. तो एक लूप के कारण the field due to a loop, single loop is what mu naught into I by 2e. But if you have a number of n loop, it will be equal to mu naught into n into I by 2e. So if it's a multiple loop, you have to use n also multiplication because each one will give same magnitude. Each one will give same. Like each one will give same direction field. So you can just add everything. Okay. All right. जो 1 minute दिया वो खत्म हो गया. So let's start off with this answer. Due to loop 1, matlab first loop, so there are two loops like this. One loop is like this, and the first loop has radius of 16 centimeters. Second loop has 10 centimeters. The first loop, coil X has 20 turns and carries 16 amperes. This has 20 turns, N is equal to 20. And coil Y has 25 turns. We will observe looking at coils facing west. What is the magnitude and direction of the magnetic field at the common center? So both these इसको ऐसे देखेंगे. It is placed XY radius Y on same vertical plane containing north south direction. So containing north south direction के जो भी है, if we are using the plane of that. The plane of that means the current loops are like this. तो इससे हमेशा आंसर I cap पे J cap आएगा. So for now let's just understand the concept of it. Okay. Sense of X is clockwise and sense of Y is anti-clockwise. So we'll just find out both of those values. We first ask due to X alone. Due to X alone, field due to X will be equal to mu naught by 4 pi into N into I by area into number of into total angle. Total angle. So what is this coming out to be? This thing is given as mu naught I by 2 pi a. Mu naught I by 2a. And mu naught I1 N1. And the direction is, if you observe, it is clockwise. So I'll directly write X here. And similarly, B due to Y will be how much? One thing we know, the current here is 16 amps. The current here was how much? 18 amps. Baap re. Current bhi double ho gaya. So what is the value of this? Mu naught by 4 pi into number of N is number of rotations, which is 25, into I is 18 amperes by 2 times A. By A, sorry, not 2A, by A. What is the value of A here? It is 10 centimeter. A2. So just substitute values, guys. You'll get off the answer. यहाँ पे I1 N1 हो गए. यहाँ पे this will be I2 N2. I1 N1 and I2 N2. You can just relate between both of them. You can, since we both have opposite directions, I will write off the values directly. I1 and N1 are 320. So if you observe carefully, I just negated this. I told B total B2 minus B1, which is equal to this. So what is A1 and A2 here? A1 is 10 centimeters, A1 is 10 centimeters, and A2 is 16 centimeters. So I'll just add both of them here. Mu naught by 4 pi to 450 by A2, which is how much? 10 centimeters, minus A1, which is equal to 60, into 10 to the power minus 2. So we can just make 10 power 2. This is what am I getting? Mu naught by 4 pi into, this is 45 minus 20, which is 25, to 10 power 2. So what is the value of mu naught by 4 pi? It is 7 into 10. It's 7. It is 10 to the power minus 7, right? Mu naught by 4 pi is 10 to the power minus 7. Into 2 pi is also there. We forgot right into 2 pi here. Into 2 pi. That is also there. So 10 power minus 7 into 2 pi into 25 into 250. What am I getting this equal to? 5 pi into 10 to the power minus. So the answer to this will be equal to how much? 5 pi to 10 to the power minus 4 की 5 था क्या था एक बार देखो. I भी है ना, I भी है. I is 16 into. हाँ यहाँ पे मीटर्स में करना है ना, सेंटीमीटर्स में करना है. Just do the whole thing in terms of 500 pi into 50. 50 pi into 10 power minus 4. No, this is 2.5. So the value of k is coming out to be 5. I think the value is 10 power minus 4, 5 only instead of 10 power minus. Awesome solution. Now for the next one, due to y alone. We will do due to y alone. So due to x alone he is asked, no here. Due to x alone we asked. Sorry यार हम पूरा को solve कर दिए. Not due to x alone. This is due to total. Due to x alone, what is the value you are getting? बस ये 320 by a1 से करना है. Due to x alone it will be mu naught by 4 pi into 320 by a1. A1 is 0.16. This is coming out to be 2 into 10 to the power 3. What is the value you are getting? Mu naught by 4 pi into into 10 to the power into 2 into 10 to the power minus 3, 2 into 10 to the power plus 3. So mu naught by 4 pi is 7 into 10 to the power 7. It's 10 power minus 7. So using both of them, we will get how much? 2 into 10 to the power 3 into 10 to the power minus 7 into 2 pi. तो इसमें कितना आ गया? 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 4 टेस्ला. अच्छा ये हो गया है, सही तो है. 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla is the right answer. Now for this coil Y field will be mu naught by 4 pi into I by R, I2 by R2 into delta theta into mu naught I by 4 pi into theta. Since it's a loop, I'll just write 2 pi here. So we'll directly get mu naught by 2 into I2 is how much? I2 is N into I2. So N2 into I2. N2 is 25 into I2 is, what is the value of I2? 18 amps by read separation is 0.1. So just into, so this is what we'll get. To simplify the whole thing, you'll get mu naught by 2 into 450, which is 225 into mu naught. अच्छा ये क्या कर दी? Mu naught by 2 pi. So what I'll do is mu naught by 4 pi only. I'll make it mu naught by 4 pi only, so that it will become easy to calculate. 4 pi into N2 R2. So this is 450 by 0.1 into theta is how much? Theta is 2 pi. So this is what we'll do. So from this we'll get 10 power minus 7 into 4.5 into 10 to the power 3 into 2 pi. 9 into 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla, 9 pi into 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla, which is option for B. Now if you add both of them, what will the answer be? Both of them have opposite senses. Due to both coils, one will be 4 into 10 to the 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla is for the first one, which is having clockwise direction, which means it will have minus. Followed by the second thing, which has anti-clockwise fixture. Add both of them means you're subtracting both of them, so your remaining will be 5 pi into 10 to the power minus Tesla direction of region. So this is a wonderful explanation, guys. I hope you like it. Definitely share it everywhere. अच्छा अब हम थोड़ा 3D में चलते हैं. We are going to solve problems today in 3D. Going to solve it in 3D. मस्त होगा 3D solutions. इसमें how do you solve this problem? Well, you already know how to solve each individual direction. So we just add everything, we'll get the answer. इसको 1 ले लो, we'll take this as 2 and we will take this as 3. Section B total will be equal to B1 vector plus B2 vector plus B3 vector. Anytime you have doubt, just imagine, just think about vectors and we'll get the answer, right? So B due to 1 will be how much? Directly write the formula mu naught I by 4 pi into A. And what is the value of direction here? If you observe, the direction of current along the, if you in the A direction, using the right hand thumb rule, thumb in the direction of current, and what is the direction A is showing? It is showing downwards, which means it is minus K cap. Here, followed by B2, which is what? B2 is in the ZY plane, so the answer cannot be in Z axis at all. So so the answer for this will be in the explain. So mu naught I by so 2a 4a is a field due to semicircle which we derived already, and the direction of this will be in the z plane. If you observe, the direction of this in the x plane. So and then b3 will be equal to what? Mu naught I by 4 pi a into, this is semi wire, no? So it is how mu naught I by 4 pi a. And if you observe, the direction of thumb is in that direction, you'll get the value to be downwards, which is again equal to minus k. So you can add all of them vectorially, and you will get the answer to be mu naught I by 2 pi a into minus k minus 2 mu naught I by 2 pi a k minus k cap plus mu naught I by 4a I cap. I hope it's clear to you guys. Two of them, both the straight line wires have same direction, so I directly added both of them and I got denominator at 2 pi a. And for a semicircle, mu naught I by 4a is the actual answer. Equate both of them in vector form. This is the answer. If you want to simplify it, you can write mu naught I by 4 pi a into pi I cap minus 2. So this is the awesome description and awesome solution, guys. And for the next one, this is also an integer based question, but I will be solving this position. It's subtended angle of 120 degrees at the center. Find the magnetic field due to this piece of wire at the center. A piece के कारण field at the center will be how much? Simple. Mu naught I by 4 pi into area, radius is a, into mu naught I by 4 pi a into theta. Simple. Ekdam. We'll just solve this using this formula. Mu naught by 4 pi value is 10 power minus 7 into I is I is 6 amperes divided by separation is 0.1 meters, which is 10 centimeters, followed by theta, which is equal to pi by 3. ये 2 times हो गया, तो इसमें क्या आ गया? 10 power minus 7 into 2 pi by 20 pi by 3. All right. And so what is the value of pi here? ये 2 pi by 3 है, by the way. So what is the value you're getting? So the value is n pi, n pi into mu t. What is the value of n here? This is gone, no? N pi into n pi micro Tesla. So what I will do is I'll convert this into micro. I'll make this 10 power minus 6, and this will be gone. So I'm getting 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 6 Tesla, the same thing. This is micro Tesla. What is the value of n pi? 4 pi. What is the value of n? 4. So this is an awesome solution, guys. एकदम simple से solve कर सकते हो. Definitely like this and share this video. अच्छा, अब यहाँ पे मस्त 3D बन गया. Infinitely long wire as shown in the figure is in the current as shown. Two plain wires and one parallel to the x-axis. So I'll call this 1, I'll call this 2, and I'll call this 3. What about semicircular loop? Semicircular loop is in the xy plane. This is in the xy plane. This is not 3D. This is 2D. So now I'll just write field due to 1 is mu naught I by 4 pi a plus d2 is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi a. d2 will be how much? 4 pi a semicircle hai na, so it will become 4a, and bc will be equal to mu naught I by 4 pi a. But now you have to think about directions. For I cap directions, put your thumb in the direction of I cap, the first current, and tell me the direction of C. एकदम k cap हो गया, because its direction is in the positive z axis direction. And this, what about this second also? It is also having same k cap direction. But what about third? It is having negative I cap direction. It is having minus I cap direction. So I'll add the whole thing. B vector total will be equal to u naught I by 4 pi a common. This is k cap and k cap. You can add k cap and k cap, right? So I'll get 1 plus pi times k cap minus So this is ekdam shortcut solution. AC your guys problem. So definitely stay tuned in and like this video for many further updates. All right. So current carrying wire is bent into this diagram as shown. It's a similar question but thoda different. Find the magnitude of field at the origin. So one thing we know, due to 1, field due to 1 plus field due to 2 plus field due to 3 will be equal to total. And one thing I know, field due to 3 will be 0 because it's lying around the plane, right? It is lying in this plane only. So B3 will be 0 and B1 and B2. B1 will be how much? Mu naught I by 4 pi into R because it's a half wire. And the direction, you can use your thumbs up and think the direction is coming towards negative x direction. What about field due to 2? It will be equal to mu naught I by 4 pi R into 2 pi into pi by 2. कितना mu naught I by 4 into pi by 2, 8R. And what is the direction? If you observe, the curl your hand in the direction of current and the thumb will show you direction of field. It is going in this particular direction, which is taken to be positive. So what is the total field due to these both? Mu naught I by 4 pi R into 1 plus pi by 2. 1 is a minus I cap plus pi by 2. I hope this is clear to you guys. Awesome section, awesome done today. So this is what these two are one of the last two questions. These three. We'll do that part later because we'll run out of time today. The figure shows a right-angled isosceles triangle PQR as shown. Its base equal to A. The base is equal to A and the current I amperes is passing downward along the thin line cutting the plane normally at Q. This is going inwards and this is going outwards. If you observe, both of them are in exactly opposite directions. So दोनों के current first find out fields. So I'll call this 1, I'll call this 2. Field due to 1 is along this particular direction. The field due to 1 using this Kirchhoff's using this right hand thumb rule will be in this direction. And field due to 2 will be in this particular direction. Ekdam mast ho gaya. Field 1 is in this direction, field 2 is in this direction. Both of them are at 90 degrees with each other. So what can we say? This is 45. This will be theta, this will be theta. So I can say total B total will be equal to, before we go further, just imagine current is going inward like this and its current is going outward like this. It's perfect. So B1 is like this, B2 is like this. I can find out the magnitudes based on the current. B total, B due to each wire will be how much? Each wire is infinite wire, so the answer will be mu naught I by 2 pi A. And these both values will be same because same current is flowing through both of them. Both values will be same. B1 is equal to B2 is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi A. B total will be equal to how much? E1 vector plus B2 vector. In this particular case, it is equal to product of both of them square. R नहीं, ये R है. So it will be mu naught I by 2 pi R into root of 2R, root of 2. Because they both are same magnitudes, I added them. Root of this square plus this square. I got it there. And what do you know the relation between R and A? 2R square is equal to A square, which means A is equal to R into root 2. This will, I'll further simplify this by writing root 2 into R into pi into root 2 into root 2. Zupak. So what am I getting? Mu naught I by pi A is the right. I hope you understood this question. Wonderful solution here. Alright, now for the next question. At conducting current of 0.4 meters is tangentially connected to the circular wire of loop 0.3 meters. Find the perpendicular displane. Find the magnetic field of induction at the center of the loop if 4 amperes is passed through the conductor action. There's 4 amperes here, so it will get equally distributed 2 amperes here and 2 amperes here, followed by 4 here. I'll call this region 1, call this region 2, call this 3 and call this 4. Now 2 and 3 are identical but current direction is opposite. If you observe, one is moving clockwise, the other is moving anti-clockwise. B2 and B3 are clockwise and anti-clockwise. So both of them you have to subtract. And what do we know? B2 is equal to B3 in magnitude. So subtracting both of them means B2 plus B3 will become equal to 0. So due to the loop inside, the field will be 0. The two sides, this side one will be 0, right? Because it is parallel and along line. All right, opposite to the along line. And B4 is the only thing which is remaining. If you observe carefully, B4 is the only thing which is remaining, where one angle is 37, one angle is 5.2 and the other angle is 0. So if you draw the diagram carefully, this angle is 5.2, this is 0.04, this is 0.05. So what is sine 5.2 here? If you observe, it is opposite by hypotenuse, no, which is equal to 0.04 by 0.0. Okay, तो साइन का वैल्यू आ गया. So now field due to B will be equal to mu naught I by 4 pi into A. What is A here? 0.03 into mu naught I by 4 pi A into sin phi 1 plus sin phi 2, which is sin phi 1 is 0, phi 1 is equal to 0, so we'll directly get it is equal to 4 by 5. एक 4 cancel हो गया, so you get mu naught I by 0.15 pi. And substitute, you will get the value of it. Alright. अब यहाँ पे एक मजेदार क्वेश्चन है. दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट. आई वांट यू गाइस टू अंडरस्टैंड. A conductor is bent into semicircle such that it passes through the center. This current flow, and this is one. This separated by angle alpha 1 is here, alpha 1 is here, alpha 2, and other angle to be alpha 1, and start solving. Here the current is outward and the current is outward here. Find the field at the center of current by bend in the form of arc subtending angles alpha 1 and alpha 2. So what will happen here and here? Let me divide it into two parts. One part is A here and B here. 1 and 2 will not produce fields. Field due to 1 is equal to field due to 2 is equal to 0. But field due to A will be how much? Mu naught by 4 pi into R, this into R, into the current flowing through this part, right? So what will happen to the current before we go further? It will get divided into two parts, such that I1 R1 will be equal to I2 R. What is the value of resistance here? Resistance will be proportional to length. Rho L by L. So I can also say I1 L1 will be equal to I2 L2. I can also say I1 into R into theta 1 will be equal to I2 into R into theta. From this I will get I1 theta 1 will be equal to I2 theta 2. So share this video, guys. This particular concept is pretty cool. Share this everywhere. I1 1 is I1 theta 1 will be equal to I2 theta 2. This is one statement we know. And one more thing we know, B1 alpha 1 alpha 2 L1 L2. And one thing we know, B due to L2 is clockwise and B due to L1 is anti-clockwise. So you have to subtract both of them. If you observe field total now, B total will be equal to B due to L2 minus B due to L1. So substitute the values mu naught into I by 4 pi into A into the current is current will be proposed I1, we'll call it I1 into the resistance into theta 1 here. Theta 1 will be alpha 1 plus mu naught I by 4 pi A into I2 alpha 2. One thing we know, I1 alpha 1 is equal to I2 alpha 2. You have to subtract these both because they're opposite directions. Right? They both are equal to each other. So from this what will I get? Mu naught by 4 pi A into I1 alpha 1 minus I2 alpha 2, which is equal to 0. Simple. So it will not work. So in this particular question, it is independent of alpha. Whatever angle is there, independent of alpha, the field in the middle will be 0. Clear? Whatever the angle be there, the field in the middle will always be equal to 0. So that is about it for today, guys. Tomorrow we will continue more about loops and definitely we will solve many more problems. So until next time, adios amigos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And if you like it, don't forget to hit the like button and share it and use the code NSS1. This is the golden code for you guys to have unlimited access to the best of Unacademy using the code NSS1. So that's all for today, guys. This is Let's Crack JEE in English channel. Until next time, which is tomorrow. Adios. एंड सेशन हो रहा है.